Okay guys, let's do this review real quick. As you can see, I just came out of the shower, which is why I'm recording like this. So my excuses, it's like 11 a.m. over here and it's raining like crazy down here in South America, Suriname. Like Brazil, Venezuela and Ecuador have pretty much to deal with heavy rain and storms as well. But it ain't stopping us here, so let's do this. Definitely another interesting show. I actually liked this show better than last week's show. Of course, this show is gonna be better because of all the build-ups that was done from last week's show. But we had a few other build-ups in this one, so let's go through it. So the show immediately starts with the knockouts match that they had to do for a ladder match. They had to fight for leadership. As far as this match goes, it was an okay match. It did entertain me. All the girls did their part, but during the match, DK came out to capture Gail Kim. So later on the show we'll find out what that was all about. But I think we all knew by now that Maria was gonna win this thing. But this was too predictable. It's way too predictable. We already knew Maria was gonna win this, and this is pretty much because TNA. They have to give her something to do because what else would she do than run her mouth, which she has been doing in Ring of Honor as well, the same thing. So they have to give her something to do. But to be honest with you, I thought this match was a little bit unnecessary. I did like the concept. I like the concept of this match. They had to fight for leadership, but it was completely unnecessary. The reason why is because technically the champion makes the leader and calls the matches, which made Jade actually the leader. So this was really unnecessary thing to do. So story-wise, Maria has now control and all of that, but in reality, Gil Kim is kind of still the one running the division and all backstage and such. And of course, Christy Hemme does the writing for the girls, for the women. But yeah, I thought this match was completely unnecessary, but I did like the match. It was okay, nothing too special or anything. That was about it. Just okay. But we'll see how far this thing goes with Maria having control and all of that. So then we get a backstage segment real quick with Drew Galloway. He's pretty much saying calling out Bobby Lashley because if you remember last week, Bobby Lashley attacked him and speared the hell out of him. So we have another feud and confrontation between these two. So that was what that segment was all about. And then we get another backstage segment with Maria pretty much just bragging about how she won and how things are gonna change for the Knockouts division and all of that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this whole Maria having control thing and what they are gonna do, what they are really gonna do with the division and that and this and that. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see. That on the other hand, it's good for Maria though because she really has something to do now. You know what I mean? Because she is not gonna wrestle. You wanna know why? Because she isn't a good wrestler. She never was, not even when she was in WWE. She just can't wrestle. She's terrible. She's just eye candy. And pretty much that's why a lot of people actually like her as well, just for, she's hot. That's just about it. But nothing really special about this girl, to be honest. She's just pretty, she's just eye candy. So she would definitely be someone that belongs in the WWE, knowing how WWE only chooses women that, are hot and have the looks and all of that. But whatever. So then we get an in-ring segment with Drew Galloway. Drew Galloway calling out Lashley because he got speared 3 times by him, but instead of Lashley, Rockstar Spud comes out. It was so funny seeing Rockstar Spud because he was acting all fucking hyper and shit. Like the dude just literally came from the back, was busy in the back smoking coke or taking ecstasy or something. That's how fucking hyper this guy was doing. All fucking he's pushing his nose and shit like he was just sniffed coke or something. It was really funny to see. I like Rockstar Spot. I like his acting. He's really good at this. He's really good at this because I remember when he first came in, I was like, who the hell is this midget? You know, his wrestling is okay, but as far as his acting go, that is on top. This guy gets it. He really knows how to act. I think they've done so much with this guy that he has proven to be a very entertaining person, and he is. He kills it every time with his acts. I really like his acting. Yeah, but um, Rustar Spot pretty much saying how this is gonna be Jeff Hardy's last night because the iconic Matt Hardy is gonna take care of that. No more face paint, no more creatures, no more this, no more that. And Drew basically just wants to fight because he isn't cleared by the doctors to wrestle, but he is willing to fight. So he keeps on saying that he just wants to fight someone, and then Rockstar Spot brings out Cyrus. So Tyrus now confronts him, and we get the usual because we all remember Tyrus is actually the number one contender for the title, and he kept bringing it up too, saying that he won the Bound for Gold, I think it was, and that he can cash in anytime, anywhere when he wants. So he kinda confronts Drew and asks him for a title shot, and he is going to get that on next week's show. And the theme for next week's show is Sacrifice, which, by the way, I think next week's show is going to be even more interesting looking at the matches that were were scheduled for next week's show. But anyways, so yeah, so Tyrus asked for a title shot and Drew Galloway gave him that. So next week they get a match. I don't know if it's for the title or not. They didn't really clear that, but I'm pretty sure. I'm guessing it's for the title because that's what this whole feud is all about. On Tyrus wanting his title shot. So after giving him his title shot, then of course Rockstar Spot attacks him, and then Tyrus does the following. So that was what this segment was all about. Definitely interesting. So keep in mind there are two stories in this. You have the Tyrus and Drew Galloway feud, and you have the Lashley and Drew Galloway feud. So keep that in mind. And then we get a backstage segment with Decay. Um, and Gil Kim talking about how they're gonna get what they want, and they need Gil Kim to do so that they didn't say yet what it is that they want, but just that Gil Kim is going to be the reason for them to get what they want. And so later on the show we get to see what it actually is that they want and why they have captured Gil Kim. And then we get another match, which is the X Division match between DJC, Eddie Edwards, and Trevor Lee, my guy from PWG. This match was good, but it was short. I felt like this match was a little rushed, but it was a good match. Of course, Eddie Edwards had the better showing. Trevor Lee got the win, and the reason why he got the win is because Andrew Everett um, pushed Eddie Edwards from the turnbuckle, and that's how Trevor Lee kind of got the upper hand and was able to pin him. So after the match, Trevor Lee did his finish move on DJC, and Andrew Everett did a 630. That's what it's called. The move that he did, the spin that he did, it's a 630. He did a 630 on Eddie Edwards, and there are like only a few people that can do the 630. Another guy that I know that can do it is Ricochet. Some of you may know him from Lucha Underground as Prince Puma. He's another guy that does the 630, and they do it so perfectly well. It's really nice. It's very fucking dangerous move. I don't know how they fucking do it, man, but these guys are fucking daredevils. Seriously. How do you do this shit so good without making a mistake? And they land really like they literally land on the guy, their fucking stomach. That's how perfect it lands. That the landing itself is good. But that's why they are professionals. Alright. Then we get an in-ring segment which featured Eric Young and Bram. We get a usual Eric Young promo where he brags about how he is the king, how he is a god, how he is the most dangerous man in professional wrestling. And he talks about leaving, quitting. He brings Bram in this too. He pretty much speaks for Bram, saying that they are gonna leave. They are quitting. So Eric Young now attempts to leave and calls Bram, but Bram of course stays. So Eric Young getting all pissed and such, telling Bram, "What did you say?" So Bram just said, "I am not leaving," and Bram then says, telling to EY that that title weighs heavy on you and that it would look much better on someone like me who is a real man. Now EY gets really pissed and shit. You know how he loses his mind. Eric Young is another guy that acts really good. This guy is gold. They have come so far with this guy. I'm really gonna miss this guy in TNA. I am definitely gonna miss Eric Young in TNA, which is why in the video I made, I said have EY as one of the biggest losses that TNA has, aside from Bobby Roode and of course other wrestlers. But they have came so far with Eric Young, so it's kinda sad to see him leave. You know, I'm really gonna miss him in TNA. Um, yeah, so EY gets all pissed and shit, and then Bram says, "You don't have the balls to face me for the title." And then EY kicks him in his balls and does the pile driver to him and pile drives him. So that was pretty much this segment. So this is another build up which was also announced that next week it's gonna be EY and Bram for the King of the Mountain title, and knowing that Eric Young will leave, which we finally got to see in this segment that it already was sort of announced that he is leaving, which was for real. Um, then I'm pretty sure Bram is gonna win the title because we all know that Eric Young is gonna leave, so it's a little predictable now. But that is what this segment was about. Another build up, another scheduled match for next week's Sacrifice. So then we get a in-ring segment with Mike Bennett and Ethan Carter III. I'm gonna do a little reading. I've decided I'm gonna paraphrase this segment. It was a 10-minute talk, 10-minute promo. This is a very important segment because it is a build up for next week as well. So I'm gonna paraphrase this real quick. I know you're gonna get bored of me, but I couldn't find any other way to like summarize it smaller and shit, so I thought I'll just read it just real quick. So Mike says, "Once upon a time there was a prince that had all the power over a kingdom, and his name was Prince Ethan Cotton III. Prince Ethan had it all. He had all the gold, all the money, all the riches, and all the friends in the world. And then one day a white knight arrived, a white knight by the name of the Miracle. And on that fateful day, Prince Ethan began to spiral out of control. He began to lose all of his power, all of his gold, and he lost all of his friends. And like the coward that Prince Ethan was, he blamed all of his shortcomings on the Miracle. And Prince Ethan got so angry and so fired up that he challenged that white knight to a fight, and that white knight, being oh so honorable, accepted accepted and battled, and what an epic battle that was. But the outcome was never in question, and the Miracle defeated Prince Ethan, and he stole all of his power because Prince Ethan, like they say, power tends to corrupt, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. Ethan, this is my kingdom. And when I beat your ass in this ring, I stole all of your power and took back my kingdom. All these people are now kingdom of miracles where they all say yes we do, and then Ethan Carter comes out. EC3 then says, "Let the record show Mike Bennett defeated EC3 via disqualification. But let the video show that EC3 beat the Miracle Mike Bennett's ass. I compared us a lot. We have a lot of similarities, but we also have a lot of differences. We both have different taste in women. You like redheads, I prefer brunettes. But do you wanna know what I prefer though? I prefer women that prefer me. Okay, I prefer a girl that prefers me. That's how simple I am. But then he said, we both have a unique style to us. I don't wear Jackie jeans or do my hair with a spoon. The gold shoes are a nice touch though. We each train to be in the best condition possible. I just don't skip leg day. And we both wanna be the top dog, the best in the industry, the face of the franchise, and I've beaten everyone and became world champion. You haven't beaten a damn thing. And then Mike says, Ethan, calm down for a second. All I've ever heard is since I got here was the legacy of EC3. But you wanna know what I've seen since I got here? I've seen a pathetic little boy who blames all of his problems on me. Ethan, you challenged me to fight you won't to a fight. You want to fight, I accepted and I won. So Ethan, we will never wrestle again. That match is true. I am through with you. Now Ethan again says, you wanna duck? You wanna dodge? That's fine. But I will tell you this, I will stalk you, I will hunt you, I will be your shadow and I will beat your ass until you decide to fight me. And when you do fight me, I will beat you. Mike then says, Ethan, guys like us are destined to do this forever. That's a Joker phrase, by the way. But you know what? That will never accomplish anything because the outcome will always be the same. We can have match after match, night in, night out. I will always win, you will always lose. And we'll make some excuse of why you lost so we will not wrestle. And then EC3 says, you have an opportunity to be a made man. For over 30 months, nobody has pinned me, nobody has made me submit. Sting, Bully Ray, Angle, the Hardys, not one could defeat me. I am unpinned, I am unsubmitted. You wanna be the man? Beat me. And I'm gonna proposition you this here now. Next week is sacrifice. Face me, no disqualification. Not because I wanna beat you with weapons, no disqualification so someone will be pinned. Someone will be submitted, no excuses. One winner, one loser next week. I just want to say something real quick. This whole fucking thing about EC3 being unpinned and not submitted is just a fucking fluke. You wanna know why? Because all these guys he has beaten, Sting, Bully, Hardy, let's go back and look at how he has beaten them because all of those matches he hasn't won clean. It's either by a distraction, a no disqualification or some shit. So this whole thing with him being unpinned and up submitted is just bullshit, okay? It's just fuckery. Doesn't make sense. But anyways, Mike now says, if pinning you, if submitting you, if ending this oh so glorious streak is what all these idiots and you need to finally see to believe in the miracle, as far as your proposition goes, my answer is yes, I do. And then EC3 says his final words, you believe in yourself, that's good. Because it's gonna take a miracle to defeat me. So, yeah, there you have your match for next week, your build up. So, both promos from both guys were good. It was a lot of talking for a 10-minute, but that's pretty much every segment that EC3 is in now, isn't it? But anyways, both promos were good from both guys, both in all intensity. They didn't trip over their words, didn't botch nothing, unlike a Roman Reigns or whatever. But so yeah, next week we'll get to see who gets the win. I can't predict this. This one is unpredictable though, unless I come across some spoiler, which I won't because in my new Twitter I don't have a lot of wrestling fans or not at all. Maybe just 4 or 3. But on the other account, where I have a lot more followers, I have a lot more wrestling followers over there. So every time I scroll, I see something wrestling related, and usually it's a spoiler. So I'm not that much on on that account anyways. I'm on the new one, so I won't be seeing any spoilers, thankfully. Um, Now we get another backstage segment with DK and Gil Kim. Still the same, bragging about how they're gonna get what they want and they're gonna use Gail Kim to do that. So that was what that segment was all about. Then we get a match which featured Al Snow and Mahabali Shira, because if you remember last week's show, Al Snow pretty much beat the hell out of Mahabali Shira. So they're getting a match tonight. So they had a match. But before the match, Al Snow said a few things, and I also want to say these things because they're all true. Al Snow pretty much said that fans complaining, moaning, and bitching about how pro wrestling is dead, how pro wrestling is dead, but still you watch each week, which is true. Especially the WWE fans, they complain about how Vince is this, how Monday night is this, but they still watch. I don't get it. I really don't get those type of people. You bitch, but you still watch. So that was really true what Al Snow was saying. And then he also said another thing about the reason why pro wrestling today's pro wrestling is bad because of you fans, which is also true. Fans can be, pro wrestling fans can be so, I don't know what word to use it, but I think you know where I'm going with this. You have really the type of pro wrestling fans that can be so, especially the stuck up ones, the WWE ones. Hate me if you want, but this is true. WWE fans are the worst ever. Like literally. I've never seen wrestling fans so fucking um yeah, I don't know what word to use for it, but they're horrible, they're terrible, man. They're terrible. They really are terrible. But anyways, this match was so sloppy, which was to expect because Mahabali Shira isn't all that great. He has his moments, I like his finisher, he does it really well, but this match was really sloppy, man. It was boring, sloppy, I don't know what to say about it, but El Snow won by cheating because he pulled out something like a brass knuckles, but it wasn't really a brass knuckles. It was in a form of brass knuckles because you could wear it like that. So that's pretty much how he won. So I definitely don't see this segment ending yet. There definitely will be a few more, especially with Grado still having to be involved. So I'm pretty sure we'll see a match between those two again. So yeah, and then we get another backstage segment with DK and Gil, but this one was really quick that they're just going to the ring and they're, going to show us what it is that they won. So we will finally get to see what this whole thing involvement with DK and Gil Kim is all about. And then we get a backstage segment with my guy, Eli Drake. Saying that next week he will have a segment and it will be called Fact of Life. I was just about to make, I was gonna make a video about this guy, where I was gonna talk about TNA sleeping on this guy and that they need to do something special with this guy because this guy is really fucking talented. Do you hear this guy on the microphone? He talks so fluently. He doesn't trip over his word. He is so entertaining. Like, I don't know, man. This guy is like Ken Anderson, but better. He's so much better than Ken Anderson. His wrestling, I would say, also better than Ken Anderson. But this guy, his mic work is just wonderful. I can hear this guy talk like forever. I wouldn't get bored by this guy because he knows his ways with his words. That's how fucking good this guy is with the microphone. And I've been saying it so long that TNA needs to do something special with this guy. And I think they're finally going to do it. So I'm really looking forward for this show, this segment, the fact of like it's gonna be so damn good. I'm pretty sure of it. So I can't wait for this fucking. I'm really excited. Looking forward for this segment of this guy, man. He is so good. Um, so after that, we go to the ring and we see DK and Gil Kim coming out. So what this whole thing with Gil Kim and DK was that they captured Gil Kim pretty much just to lure Beer Money out. so they called Beer Money out. It's like a trade. They wanted, in order for DK to give them Gil, Beer Money must give them a title shot. So that is kind of what this whole thing was all about. So that's the reason why they captured Gil Kim and needed her. So Abyss then asks for a match. They want a title shot. So Beer Money gives them one, and in return they must give them Gil Kim, which they did. But then Abyss said it's not gonna be. They don't want a regular match. They want it to be, a special match, like no disqualification, no rules, no nothing. And knowing Abyss, I think we all know what type of match this will be. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a monsters ball match, knowing it's Abyss. It's too obvious, too obvious. So that was what that segment was all about. Another build up. Next week's show is really stacked, really fucking stacked. A lot of matches. I hope there won't be talking because it's actually Sacrifice is actually a pay-per-view. So yeah, I hope there won't be a lot of talking. But after that, we finally get to the main event, which, by the way, the ending of this main event has a really big question mark. But the match itself was really good, really entertaining. It was given enough time. Jeff Hardy, as usual, as his crazy ass self, did something really fucked up, really crazy again. He like did a swanton bomb all the way from ah the steps. You see how bad my English is, and that's the fucking thing with being a foreigner. But anyways, Jeff Hardy did a swanton bomb from so high. He didn't get all of it though, but he just get enough. He just got enough to give Matt Hardy an impact. And so when he did that, both were lying on the ground for like a few minutes. Jeff Hardy did get up, but he didn't ask Matt Hardy to quit or whatever. I don't get it. So Matt Hardy just got carried out on a stretcher, and that's how it ended. We didn't get a winner. No, none of them said quit or whatever. So this segment or this feud is far from over. So yeah, that's a really big question mark. I don't know what the fuck that was all about. I was actually hoping we would get uh, a winner, but we didn't. But no problem. Would love to see another match between the two. Something similar like this. So there you have it. The show was a good show, though. It was a really good show. Other than the sloppy match that Mahabali Shira and Al Snow had, the show was good. The show was a really good show, entertaining show. So I'm gonna give it another 7.5 out of 10. Next week's show is looking to be better, I hope. I think because it's just matches, all matches. I hope you don't get any talking or a lot of talking. So that's about it, man. And I'm definitely looking forward to a fact of life. You know what I mean? Because that guy is good. That's my guy right there. So I hope TNA is finally has finally opened their fucking eyes and do something with this guy because this guy has the potential. Eli Drake. You dummies. Not you. You get it. So, see you guys next week. If you have watched this video all the way to till the end, thank you. Sorry about my English. I'm foreigner, as you can see, as you can hear by my accent, so I'm gonna trip over my English from time to time, so I apologize for that. But hit the like button if you like this review, share if you want to, subscribe if you want to. See you next week. And that's not an insult, that's just a fact of life.